Excellent!
Hey everybody, and welcome to Paul's Hardware. Today I'm taking a closer look, and I'm going to be running some benchmarks too on this video card right here. This is the ASUS Poseidon Platinum GeForce GTX 780. So you take an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780, you have ASUS design a custom PCB for it, and they also design a crazy custom hybrid water cooler that includes both air cooling and water cooling. And I actually had the chance to sort of set up a really kind of gimmicky hacked together water cooling loop for this, just to test out the difference between the air cooling and the water cooling. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up look at the card, run over all the specs, show you guys sort of my water cooling setup that I did, and then also share some benchmarks, so stay tuned. So the retail box is pretty. It's got ROG red and black on it, and unlike the video card inside though, it is no good for rendering 3D games. There is a peekaboo window under the flap, and there's info on the hybrid cooler being awesome, and the VRMs being awesome, and the awesome red LED lights, and G1/4 threaded fittings, which is actually pretty nice. System requirements are here. Note the 600 watt recommended power supply, and here is an exploded view of the card, since I do not plan on exploding it myself today. Next up are the specs, including the 3 GB of VRAM on a 384-bit interface running at 1502 MHz, the GPU as well, which has a 1006 MHz boost clock and will actually get up as fast as 1058. Also a 3-year warranty from ASUS, and the I/O listed next, including the introduction of a Rule Link DVI, which quite frankly I was not expecting. Inside the box, you've got your padding, the video card, a PEG double 6-pin to 8-pin power adapter, ROG case badge for impressing your lady friends, driver disc, and manual. The card itself is about 11 inches long and features a beautiful metal shroud in red and black with jaunty angles, ROG and Poseidon branding, and 2 90mm fans. On the back is an attractive brushed metal backplate, which they always seem to do a good job on with the high-end ASUS cards. And then down at the end you have some voltage read points as well as VGA hot wire connections. The card is of course fully PCI Express Gen 3 compatible, and here's about the closest look I can give you to the GPU itself, which sports 2304 CUDA cores. 2 SLI fingers means you could do up to 4-way SLI, but NVIDIA has limited the 780's driver support to 3-way SLI for reasons I cannot fathom, so probably 3-way is your best bet here if you want as many of these cards as possible. Here are the connection points for water cooling. They come capped and can accept G1/4 fittings of your choosing. You'll also notice some heat pipes that help keep that vapor chamber cooled down, particularly when not water cooled, and the long metal piece just below the PCB, which is the edge of that vapor chamber assembly. Your 8-pin and 6-pin PCI Express power connectors are down at the end, and praise the maker, they put the catches on top, which makes it much easier to plug in and remove them. For I/O, you have a couple dual-link DVI outs. The bottom one has analog, and an HDMI 1.4 as well as DisplayPort 1.2. Moving on, here is a speed through of my hacked together water cooling loop, which I'm very proud of because I threw it together at the last minute using parts from Home Depot. I integrated a random reservoir that I've had sitting around forever, and a Cooler Master Glacier 240L, which provided me with a very strong pump and a 240mm copper finned radiator, and looked very funny hanging off the in-wind D-frame that is our primary testbed. With the water cooling loop in place, I was able to overclock the GPU to 1160 MHz boost clock, which actually topped out at 1241 MHz while benchmarking. Speaking of benchmarking, let's take a look at some. Here's the ASUS GTX 780 Poseidon Platinum running at the out-of-the-box speeds on air, overclocked on water, and for comparison I have a reference GTX 780, and from my recent 4K video there's the overclocked GTX 780 Ti and the overclocked and water-cooled AMD Radeon R9 290X. Enjoy! So there you have it, guys, the ASUS Poseidon Platinum GTX 780, a fantastic card, definitely one of the coolest cards I've played with in quite some time. When it comes to who this card might be designed for or who would really get the best use out of this card, I really see it being somebody who is building a system right now, looking towards the higher ends, since you're talking about a GTX 780, and wants to invest in an air cooling solution right now, but potentially upgrade to water cooling, say, in the next 3 to 6 months. Because really, if you're looking longer than that, then you're probably looking at a next generation of cards coming out. And if you're looking shorter than that, we'll just do a water cooling loop right now. But the water block on this card, the whole water cooling loop setup, excellent performance overall. So I can't say I have a whole lot to compare it to because I haven't done a ton of water cooling of graphics cards myself. But a 20 degrees C plus difference going from the air cooling to the water cooling is a pretty huge difference. And that's also taking into account that the air cooler was already performing a good 10 to 15 degrees C below what the stock air cooler for the 780 does. So pretty cool all around. But I'll post a link to the video card here on newegg.com in the video description if you guys want to check it out. While you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button. Maybe leave me a comment on how much you liked this video or how crazy or how weird you think this card actually is and whether you might actually buy one, because I'm interested. Are you guys interested in a card like this, or is it just one of those sort of elitist top of the line cards that you maybe read about or watch a video about but never really actually that interested in buying? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.